All right. Hey, everybody. It is time for Wednesday Wisdom live on Facebook. My name is Marty Forrest. My website is Hello Extraordinary Life. On the landing page, pick up your free guide or check out the comments where there's somewhere where it says title. On my screen at the side, so there's a free guide and also the book. So here's the book. Live published in person. I'm having a book signing here in my hometown on November the 5th and in Modesto on November 14th. So check out that free guide. Also check out the book, see if it's for you. You're part of my tribe, so I'm going to guess that it's probably a good fit. Today, hi Rick, hi Julia, hi Mandy. Thanks for coming. Today's topic is already, always listening. Anybody ever heard of that? Give me an emoji. Anybody ever heard already, always listening? It's a landmark. From Landmark Education, I attended that some years ago, actually, and that is one of the things that stuck with me. There were many, many, many teachings at Landmark Education. That's one. That was just one. And it's been a theme playing for me lately. Already, always listening. And what does that mean? And what does that look like? And how does that show up? It means I am looking, we, you, me, all of us. We hear through a filter. And I just sent a reminder out. So if you read that email, if you're not on an email list, when you get your free guide, you'll be on my email list. And then you'll get additional emails in it, besides just the one for the event on Facebook. Real life situation, I asked my cousin if I could use their church facility in Modesto for a book signing. And I got the answer today, and it was no, because it's not aligned. Hey, Janet, and not aligned with their mission. No big surprise. I can see I had an expectation that I've used their church facility before. I'm family. So I'm just thinking it's no problem. Of course, the listening that I already have and I already expected is the stuff that comes along with they said no. So overlay that for your life. Where do you listen for certain keywords? What's the filter you're listening through? As children, we've been conditioned and we were taught all kinds of things. So my little girl that lives inside of me feels rejected. And they're judging me based on the cover of my book. It's not been read. They don't know what it says. Probably would really align with their mission of their church if they read it. But that's all my judgment, right? So coming from this place of I hear it a certain way based on my life experience. That's the filter that we listen. So already, always listening. We listen for certain things to validate something we already feel about ourselves. When I got the text that said no, couldn't do the event there, there's other options. But I took myself for a walk today so I could clear some of that energy out, because I'm feeling like they're basing their opinion or not their opinion, but their decision on the cover. It's the cover. It's the cover right here. If you read the back, it's time to wake up because change doesn't happen when you're asleep. Time to do your own transformational work. So I have quite a feeling about this, right? So I feel like I did when I was a kid, judged for the cover of me. We all do this. We all were raised a certain way in our homes, whether they were loving and kind, whether they were abusive, or there was a lot of yelling. Maybe there was silence. And in our small mind, being children, not small like we're small-minded, but as children, we interpret the way we interpret. We give it all kinds of meaning. Our brain is not fully formed yet. Hi, Dana. A whole lot of people here today. Awesome. Our brain's not fully formed yet. We interpret based on feeling, based on words, based on tone. And then the rest of our life is based on that filter. That's how we hear until we become aware. When we begin to become aware that I have this filter, I have this way that I listen. I'm sure it's all happened to all of us. You can relate. We all listen a certain way for certain cue words from people because it validates something inside of us. As we continue to grow and learn how to become aware, hey, I'm listening with this filter. Oh, what's really being said then? What's really being said in this text I got is they don't feel my book aligns with their mission. Simple as that. But I've attached all kinds of meaning to it based on how I felt as a little child when someone said no. Or based on the tone, or based on someone made me feel stupid, or someone criticized, or someone did something to overlay. Now I've created all kinds of filters here that I hear from. One, becoming aware. I have a filter. You have a filter that you listen through based on something or some wounds that occurred when you were a child. It may not seem like a really big thing that happened. Sometimes it's the smallest thing. Sometimes it's the, mommy, I'm so excited about something. Yeah, later. It's really, she was busy in the middle of something else probably. But we interpreted it to be something else. Oh, I'm not important. She doesn't want to see it. She doesn't care. Those aren't the words in our head because we're small. That's the feeling. Now, overlay today, we have words that sound the same, words that feel the same, and then we hear the same. Already, always listening. Now you have some awareness. Oh, I have a filter that I listen through. What's truly being said? When I'm fully present to what's being said and I'm actively listening to what's being said. I'm not making up a bunch of stuff that I'm already going to return and say back. Anybody guilty of that? I saw some emojis a little while ago. So anybody guilty of that? We're listening for what we're going to reply because we're hearing through our filter. We already have our opinion and we already have our statement, whatever it is. Because that's what we do as a human being. Now we can learn how to fully listen to what's being said. The truth is, the church is not my tribe. That's the truth. They're not. They're not people that are going to get aligned with my spiritual walk because it's different than their view of the world. That's the bottom line. And that's okay. I get to choose to see that differently today. In the moment, I had a feeling and I thought, well, fine. And now, okay, so here's the validation. I have all this doubt. I'm just not going to do one then, right? This is what shows up for me. I'm not going to do it then. I'm not going to have a book signing in Modesto. It's going to cancel it all. Really? Over not getting a location that I thought I could use? Yes, because of all that meaning that I just gave it. Okay, so here's another step. Learning to observe. I did something different to disrupt my thought. Went for a walk. Get a little clarity, get a little breathing, get a little perspective. Oh, okay. Well, maybe there's a better location then. They aren't my tribe. Now I'm coming from a place of solution and a little more observation. Let me observe why I'm being affected. What did I hear? What am I making it mean? Just how many of us walk around? Somebody gives us a look. Someone gives us a dirty look. And then we are often running in our head about what we are making it mean. Maybe they're having a bad day. It has nothing to do with me. And if in hindsight, if I look back and go, intuitively, I knew this most likely would be the answer from the truth based on the title. I was not expecting my reaction to it. So when I react to something like that, when you react to something like that, take a look at, what did I hear? What did I make it mean? What wound got touched? Because it's always something deeper than what it appears to be. It's not usually the situation. Take any example. I had a second husband. I could say, the sky is blue, and he'd say, oh, well, the grass is purple. The words never left my mouth. But he was already listening for something because he lived in his mind in a world that was always out to get him. So no matter what I would say, he would say something completely opposite and tell me that's what I meant. You see the filters? His was a lot thicker than mine are today. I don't know where he's at today, but that's neither here nor there. The point is that he made it mean all kinds of stuff based on whatever his conditioning was, his childhood. He couldn't hear the words being said. He made it mean something automatically different. And at some point in our world, we all do this. What if you walk into a room and somebody didn't acknowledge you because they didn't see you? Possibly. They're busy in a conversation. Wearing blinders like this, having a conversation with someone and they didn't see you. What do you make it mean? Oh, they must be mad at me. They don't like me anymore. Or I did something. Often we go there. What else could it mean? They're busy in a conversation that has nothing to do with me. And I can come back. I don't need to wait or take it personally and go do something else. But we all have these magic filters that we walk around with. And until we do some healing work and get to some of the wounding. So when this happened today and I went for the walk, I started to see that little girl inside of me. We all have this little child that lives inside of us. And I'm looking at her going, oh, I was rejected. See, I knew this would happen. I knew they wouldn't like my book based on the title. I listened to my coach and it's his fault. Really? I took what's the word I want? The risk. I took the responsibility to have a really bold title of the book. That's just one example. Knowing that if I'm speaking my truth and now it's in black and white and I'm living my mission in this world, not everyone's going to like it. And you get to, in whatever you're doing in your life, walk through those facts. Not everyone's going to like me. I have a long history of people pleasing. How many of you have that? Long history of people pleasing. I want everyone to like me. The truth is, not everyone's going to like me. I don't like everyone. Why would I think everyone's going to like me? That was the truth for me. Somebody said that and I went, oh, yikes. True statement. I don't like everyone. Why do I think everybody should like me then? And I still have a feeling about it. I'd like it to be different. It's getting better. Today we get to choose. I get to choose differently. And I get to first become aware. Disrupt that thought. Do something to disrupt the thought. What else could it mean? Can I reframe it? What's the truth? Is that true, what I made it mean? Is it true, whatever meaning you give something based on your filter? And if you think it's true, how do you know it's absolutely true? Have you had a conversation? Did you ask them? Did you get to find out factual information that made it really true? Most often it's just whatever our head made it mean. And that opens another door for a whole lot of conversation to build some relationships. Being aware, breathing, disrupting the patterns, reframing it, being fully present, actively listening, which means observing, suspending our thoughts for a moment so we can actually hear what's being said instead of listening through our filter and building whatever it is that we want to respond with. Because now I'm not listening. If I'm already thinking about my response, I'm no longer listening to you. And we all do that. What happens when you get fully engaged and truly listen to what's being said and what's being not said? You'll hear a whole lot of different things that have nothing to do with you. I figure if I've already forgotten whatever that response was because I was fully listening, it didn't need to be said anyway, and if it did, it'll come back. It'll come back as a part of the conversation. Already, always listen. Maybe a new term for a lot of people. It's just something that really stuck with me, and I went and actually looked it up on Landmark Education, part of that curriculum. And it's the filter, those filters that we listen to. How do we begin to heal? Listen differently. Listen to what's being said. Listen because you care. Listen from the heart. Understand and realize that most people aren't out to get us. They're not out to hurt us. It's not usually personal because, quite frankly, they're usually too absorbed in that. I can say that. They're too absorbed in their own thoughts. You have a lot of thought about intentionally causing harm to us. Yes. And I don't know about you all, but sometimes things just fly out of my mouth. It's not because I'm trying to hurt somebody. It's just because that's how my brain operates. So learning to, a lot of time that's that intuitive kicking in, that intuitive thought that just comes right out. And I'm like, ooh, really? I just said that out loud? Well, sometimes yes. I say a lot of things out loud that I think maybe I need to filter my mouth too. It's not just my ears. Okay, anybody have questions? There's quite a few of you here. Questions, comments, put them in the comment bar. I can actually see them. Thoughts, something that resonated for you. It's kind of weird doing this live on Facebook is different than on the phone. For my first 100, I was on the phone, so I could interact with people. I could hear them and talk to them. It was kind of different. Something else on my website, I had insider calls for up till now. I changed that. I finally changed it to Wisdom Hub. All the recordings are up. So go to the website and find all the recordings of Wisdom Hub. So that's a new thing, new addition. Your free guide there on the side. You can pick up your book. I will send you a signed copy. All on the website or on Amazon. You can go to Amazon and find them on Amazon. You won't get a signed copy. You can go to the website. And, this is what I do. I'm an author now. I coach people. If you know you're ready to take some action on the inside and you don't really know how to do that, or like some new tools to operate from, reach out to me. All right, I'm not seeing any questions, any comments. Make it a great week, and I will see you all, well, sort of, next week. All right, take care.